Hi everyone, it's Killshot 99 Game. This is Play Dead Live, the farm MIR versus Arc, and we are going pick two. This is this maybe the first rivalry we had in Play Dead Live Faction Wars. So it is certainly a long-standing rivalry. We've had other great matches. Sly and Vox is a good rivalry. Of course, Vox and MIR, a good rivalry. Arc and Sly, but this one is always a little bit extra. It's just it is. Other ones will build up to this, I'm sure, over time. But anytime these two get together, it's always a lot of fun. The season is a little bit different. We know there's been some changes this season. We've had some people switch factions and new legends and new bears and getting used to all that. Every team has been there. So we know what it's like to go through it, but you keep putting in the time, you keep putting in the work, and eventually those good things are going to happen. So with that being said, we will take you over to the standings. We got Arc out of the gates unbelievably fast. I mean, their point differential, 3,000 point differential, 6-0, top of the mountain. Vox is right there, and Vox has got them in their sights. Sly, certainly Sly going through some experimentation. So Sly looking for new ways to win. And MIR really is about getting that consistency, getting their players back together, and looking forward to a really, really exciting strategy by both teams tonight. I'm always excited about these matches, but because I like to get a little bit of break off from Faction Wars, just like you guys do, and next week is no different. So after tonight, we don't have a Faction War for a week and a half. This is our final Faction War in the month of November. Doesn't mean we don't have things going on, but Faction Wars will be back Monday, December 2nd, and you will see this ARC team traveling to Vox, the top two teams, and you'll see Sly and MIR in a good one, and both of those are no legends. Now, let's talk a little bit about what is going to go on over the next week and a half. So, tomorrow night, we got fish fights. Then we got a great quest event for you guys Friday night, and then Saturday is the long-awaited box event that we just had stuff come up, and we've had to reschedule it. So I need all of you guys. Make sure you RSVP, get involved in that event. It's going to be a lot of fun. We also have a fish and football. We got the football pick 3 on Sunday. We got some little fishing events we do to spice it up a little bit more. It's kind of a separate event, but it keeps it fun. And then Monday night, we will be doing the second crafting event we've done. So how many people were in crafting event number 1, where we put all those items up there and you were scurrying around trying to find out if you had them, if you could trade them really quickly, if you could get them from the store? It was like madness, right? So that was a lot of fun. We're going to do that again on Monday. You never know who's going to win because you don't know how random the items are going to be. So a lot of stuff that you guys have, it's wild. So join us, have some fun with that. It's an hour. Make the time to get in there and do it. If you didn't do the first one, get involved in this one. You'll learn it really, really quickly. Tuesday, we'll likely have a bounty fishing event, and then we got nothing on Wednesday because it is kind of, prepare the turkey day. And then Thanksgiving, if we do something Wednesday or Thursday, it won't be we do something. It'll be a quick stream just to drop in and say hello. And then, of course, Friday, we've got Black Friday. Get up early, get your stuff online, save some money, because we're going to have deals. We're going to have some scoring pets. We're going to have some pets you guys don't see. We're going to have some nice replenishment bundles, some good grenades. Might introduce some new grenades on Black Friday. I heard there's going to be a Crypt Dragon for sale. There'll be some legendaries. So we do it for about 6 hours. Every hour we switch it up, and it will be, we post it, we message it, we put it in PDL chat, and you message Kel to let her know that you want it and you pay for it. And then that's what we got. So that's going to be the month of November. And then December is championship month. So I'm excited of all the events we got going on. We've got one more month in this year. And then, of course, January, we start year number 6. Mind blown with how awesome Play Dead Live has been over these first 5 years. So you guys can see what's up there. We do have a couple things that we have to do tonight. So it is not roll time tonight because we have the money tree, but I also got to give out some awards for last week. So we're going to start with the MVP awards, and we got no bundle tonight. We'll have bundles next week or the week after, maybe the week after, so give you a chance to use your new gear. But we're going to start out with last week's most valuable players. So I'm going to start out with the first thing. We had 2 really good matches last week. We had a MIR Vox match, and we had a Arc Sly match. Now, let me also tell you guys, I think it's the first time we did 2 faction wars in like 3 months. So it's always been like a Monday. We didn't do 2 in a row. We did 2 in a row. So it's good to kind of get that rhythm back. Well, guess what? This week we did it again. Back-to-back weeks with everybody playing, having a good time. But you're going to remember one thing specifically from last week. Whether you might have been in the Vox Mirror game, and there were some good moves in there. But you're probably going to remember last week everybody chasing Julia around. You guys remember that? They were trying to do this, then she did Dying Breath, and then they were trying to do this, and then she did something else, and they did this, and it took them about 3.5 rounds to actually finish the job. But because of her delay, it set Arc up in a nice place. So my Faction Wars most valuable player last week is Julia. Let's go to fish fights. Fish fights. We had a good week of fish fights. Kel edging out everybody else. Kel caught 6 swim shadies to take the fish fights lead last week. So good job with Kel. Friday night, Ron made some really, really slick moves to help the group. He also jumped in. He wanted to volunteer and play in Pavlov's Pit. So my PvE quest MVP was Father Ron. Saturday night, oh boy. Saturday night was, I had issues going on with Gia. We had to cancel the box event, but we did put together, this was another fun one. How many people were here for Toxic Turkey last week? I got so much good feedback on that. They were like, oh, it was frustrating, but I liked it because I was catching things, but then I called a turkey, and I was winning, and I was losing, and I was winning, I was losing. So the Toxic Turkey event was a blast. So, you catch a Tommy Two Tokes, and then you catch a turkey, and it nullifies it. So we ended up having Trigger and Valar in the finals. Trigger winning the championship and taking the most valuable Saturday event award. Pick 3. You know what? It was yours truly. And of course, Shaman Sheila. We actually tied. So since I'm not on the list, I give that to Shaman Sheila. So take a look at week 3. All the different people and events. And it was really no one person that dominated anything. Julia Faction Wars, Kel with Fish Fights, Ron with Quest, Trigger with Saturday event, Shaman with Pick 3. But if I had to go with the person that I thought made the biggest impact last week for the overall top PDL MVP, I got to give it to Julia. Julia last week with Faction Wars, it was entertaining, it was unique, it was clever. Arc pulling off a big win. Sly had a lot of fun. Arc had a lot of fun. So that type of match, to me, deserved the highest honors of the week last week. So I decided to go with Julia, and nobody really dominated in any 2 events. You can see several people are up there in different categories, though, and we'll continue to do this. We got a nice little Kills Token Award. Was it 50 KTs for winning the weekly MVP? So awesome job. All right, keep playing in those events, and we'll keep rewarding our players for being involved in it. All right, so we got Money Tree Spin. Now, this was added in advance. I can't change it. So if you're not on a Money Tree and you want to be in it in the future, message me, and I'll get you added to the next one we do next week. But we did get Jim added to it this week. So tell him, Ron, it is spin time, baby. So there's a lot of players up there. There's also some categories that say none, which means we'll carry it over. But the pot is up to 280. So somebody tonight is likely to win this. So if you're excited about it, you think you're going to win it, give me a 999 in chat right now. I got to see some hype. I'm ready to spin this wheel. All right. I got a feeling. You know what? I don't know why. Last week I thought Crave would win and he didn't. I got a feeling Trigger's going to win. I don't know what it is. It's like I closed my eyes for a second and I was trying to imagine who was going to win this wheel, and Trigger's name popped up. So we'll see. I'm going to spin it. I might be wrong. I mean, what are the odds? Like 1 in 40 or something? So if I'm right, it's going to freak you guys out. If I'm wrong, you'll be like, okay, well, yeah, you're wrong. Here we go, everybody. I'm going to spin this wheel. And good luck, everybody. Good luck. Who's it going to be? It is Sir Tim. Sir Tim. With the kills tokens. And one of y'all purchased for Sir Tim. So make sure you let him know. Tim be in the auction house. Tim's buying some stuff. So big congratulations to Sir Tim. All right. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So we gave our MVP. Sir Tim won the award. We are a couple minutes early, which is always good, which means we're going to start on time. I was going to go over PCP points. Julia did send them to me. They were all done. I went to log into Messenger. Facebook loaded. Messenger did not. So I was not able to download the files. I will get it updated before we do the next one. But we do have a running total. We do have our leaders, but we're not going to review those tonight. So we do have a couple extra minutes to kill. I can sing for you guys if you want. Any requests? Any songs you'd like to hear? Type them quick. No? Nothing? Not even one? I'm not even going to try to sing Kansas songs. All we are is dust in the wind. Right? Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling all right. There you go, Pope. That's just for you. If Pope wouldn't have requested it, I would not have done it. All right. Let's, Kel's like, I want to go. I want to go. I should delete it and make her repost it, right? I won't. All right. Give me your buffs if you are JJ, Kel, Justice, Rover Riley, Jim, Julia, Valar, and Sky. All right, I see Kel, Julia, Justice, Valar, Jim, JJ, Julia, and said, we're good to go. All right, I'm going to take you down to the Arc Ice Capade. Remember, 2 players, no legends. And we'll show you the map right here. So starting out, we're going to have Skylight in the DZ. Skylight going to be followed by the Samurai in the Rover Zone. Samurai going to be followed by the Assassin, Julia. Julia be followed by Kel in the Tank Zone. They've chosen the ship. Both Julia and Kel are yellow vest. They cannot use legends tonight. Kel be followed by Game Over Valar. Valar is the sniper. She's in the Tank Zone. They chose the tank. Valar be followed by Justice. Justice is the sniper, and he is in the Bomber Zone. I need to reset the walls before you guys freak out. Let's get those walls rebuilt. A little carryover from the last match. After Justice, we got Gemstone. Jim is the captain tonight. She's sieging. She's in the bomber zone, and she has a yellow vest, so no legends. And last but not least, we got the captain, JJ. She's in the DZ, and she is in a yellow vest as well. Remember, regardless of what happens, you got a snowstorm, you got power outage, whatever, timers can't be challenged. It's just the way it happens. So play fast, but if you miss the timer, respect the call. All right, we're starting out with Skylight. Sky, played by Jules. You got 20 seconds to get your move in, starting right now. The order is Sky, Riley, Julia, Kel, Villar, Justice, Jim, and JJ. We got Julia making JJ into a warrior. Negation wand. Kel's furnace wand. Just want to double check it on the scoreboard. Yep, mirrored arc. I'm making sure that I didn't think something crazy, JJ. All right, we got JJ as a warrior. Negation wand, Kel's furnace wand. Let's get rid of the air wands. Boss to Main Street, seal and absorption. All right, Sky playing boss in 1, cap in 3. Let's get a seal smoke. Get absorption as well, a little extra protection just in case. Denim to the Temple Flame, MD7 with a max spark to Kel. And it does hit. Put out that flame. And a max spark, slow her down. All right, let's go to Samurai, 20 seconds. Whoa, that's a big move, and she got it done on time, too. It's a lot of stuff going on. We got get into the rover, go to RDZ. Samurai with a tire. Rover on down to the DZ. First points of the night. Going Boston Main Street and a seal. Got a challenge on Main Street early. S8 Snowstorm loaded to the wall with Mass Destruction 7. And they're going to Dominari that tire. Villar going after that 25 early. And Skylight going with the prevention. All right, movement. DZ, Boston Main Street Challenge. Playing a seal. Gold Spark Julia, minimized. Snowstorm is shut down. And MD7. All right, let's kick it over to Julia, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. She's going to jump into the rover. Grabbing a tire along the way. Going to move down to the tank zone with a Sleet Wand. Sleet Wand is going to put a frozen block on that wall. We'll take the Ice Wands off the board. Double max spark on Kel. Kel, you are stuck until at least your turn. MD7. Wow, Ark is bringing a heavy artillery for MIR. I think both these teams get woken up when they play each other. Rover to the tank zone. Sleet Wand. Dropping a seal. We got Gold Spark on Julia, and we got a big, big grenade shot coming up. H9 Zulu. Snowstorm loaded with Mass Destruction 7. JJ says, hold up, wait a minute. Something about firing a rocket launcher named Zulu that I don't like. Well, it doubles the grenade damage because she's in a rover. All right, going to go halt with Riley and Kel. Going to double halt it. All right, we're going to put 2 halts on it. So that is going to cut it from H9 plus the Zulu's H10. She got brownies in the keyboard, understandable. You can flip the keyboard over ever so slightly. Tap on the back of it. Those crumbs will drop down. Take something, maybe a shop vac or, a little handheld vac. Suck those things up. Should be good to go. All right, we're going to double halt it. That's going to make it a JJ. Even with 2 halts, it's still going to make it an S8 snowstorm with the Zulu effect. So it's going to hit. S8 snowstorm with Zulu after the 2 halts. Black block and a green block. We're going to roll the die, and we're going to get a snowstorm effect on that wall. I'm going to roll a 10-sider. I'm going to refresh it and roll a 10-sider. So we actually get a die roll. Here we go. Number 9. All right. Now, number 9 is going to freeze. The 9th block. You got 2 frozen blocks on that wall already. Villar playing a DI to remove a green block. All right, let's go over to Kel. Kel, you got 20 seconds, but you can't move. I noticed Vox and Sly are both here scouting these teams. All right, Kel, standing still. Boss to their chest. Dropping a seal. She's going to put a max spark over on Jim. After this move, Kel is no longer max spark, so I'll just move hers. Absorption. Navy to the temple with MD7. Let's put out the temple flame. All right, let's go over to game over Villar. 20 seconds, Villar. Did not beat the time. Oh, she did. She did. Right as I was saying it. She's good. Jump in the tank. Move to the temple. Valar with a cannonball. Wicked Boss to their chest. Valar playing Wicked Boss. In 1, cap in 3. It'll be a -50. To MIR's boss cap if it caps. Holy Avenger, their wall. So you can put no negative effects on this wall. Now the wall's halfway down, but can't be under the effect of any snowstorms or any negative effects. She's going to play a Flourish Wand. Flourish Wand, we're just going to put a absorption there for one of their teammates to run through. Seal and Thrill, F5 Maximon loaded with Mass Destruction 7. All right, Valar, Seal and Thrill. Now she is in the tank, so we'll give her +1. The Thrill will give her 2. 5 Maximon. It's going to give her another 5, which is going to make it an S7 Maximon loaded. Because the Maximon hits, that's going to be a -15 for MIR. And the wall damage. Blue block and 40% of a blue block. I got 60 blue remaining. Or if you count the other, 1.6 blue across the row. Let's go to Justice with his tank. Look at his tank avatar. So cool, Justice. 20-second timer for Justice. Easily beats the timer. Justice going to move on down to the temple. He's actually moving to the steps, so he's staying outside for now. In case y'all try some sneaky business. Colossal Woodrow. It's actually an Immortal Woodrow, but same thing. Immortal Woodrow means he builds a shelter, he gets the seal, gets the rage, all the above. Max Spark over to Jim. She is stuck in place. That's double Max Spark. She ain't moving. See what they did there? They kept her in place, and they built a bomb shelter. Smart. He's dropping a seal. F4 Bunko to the wall and their boss. All right, first Bunko is going to shatter that frozen block up there. Second Bunko going to deal a little bit of damage to Sky's boss. Because it is an F4, but it is a Bunko. They do have mass destruction, so it's going to beef it up a little bit. Going to give you the equivalent to about a Navy grenade, F4 Navy. Going to take Skylight's boss down to 93%. 93% with the Bunko. Kick it over to Gemstone, who's not moving, but she's grooving. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. We start out with a die roll. Jim, rolling Masara roll. She needs a 1 to a 6. 12-sider. It is a 7, no-go for Masara this game. Going to play Needle with a seal. Ark having to improvise here and change her strategy because of the Max Spark. Same thing with Kel. Jim playing Needle. In 1, cap in 2. F4 Goliath to Woodrow with MD7. Jim cannot. All right. Jim has no range on Woodrow. So hold on, JJ. Jim, you need to redirect that target. You can only hit half the map from where you're at. Remember, you can't move. So it has to be from the temple to the right. Temple to the right. Hi, everyone. Give me a 999 if you guys can hear me. All right. So as you guys can see with the power outage, it completely reset the map. So give me another 2 minutes. I took a screenshot of it, so I need to move some things around. But this is back to where we started out, so I have to go through each one of these moves. So just be patient, and we'll pick up with Jim's target in just a second. All right, everybody, we're going to add 10 minutes to tonight's final total. I just had a quick power surge, knocked everything out, and it reset it. I can't promise it won't happen again. There's some pretty strong winds here, but hopefully it won't. So where we left it with the last move, we had Jim's move, but she threw the we need to get Immortal Woodrow up there. So Jim was throwing a Goliath at Woodrow, but she can't move. So we need to redirect her target. If your sound is glitching, just reset it. Just F5. Or make sure you're not listening to playback. All right, so JJ, she's going to redirect that attack at the wall. And I'll reread the move. It was Masara we did, needle to the haystack, seal, F4 Goliath. So F4 Goliath at the wall. It does hit, so we got a wall attack. After mass destruction, we'll take down 60% of the blue block, and we're going to take down 70% of a blue block. I got 30 blue remaining. And the final move of round number 1, JJ, 20-second timer starts now. JJ going to head on over to the forge. Smart move there. So JJ at the forge, we'll see her in 2 rounds when she comes back. 2 blocks, 2 straw men, 2 watchtowers. All right, the end of round number 1. We got Samurai with a halo. We got Skylight with a halo. Justice going to rotate into the temple. Blessing for Vlar, blessing for Justice. So DZ is 25-25. Strawman 0-0. We get the temple scores up there. We got Justice and we got Valar. All right. And that is the end of a action-packed round number 1. Let's go to round number 2, Skylight. 20-second timer. I think Skylight's got a buff as well. I'll get to that in a second. Looks like Skylight has a seal and an absorption. Beats the timer. If you're missing a buff, check the map real quick, let me know. Regular Kang. Disguise Boss. Regular Kang could be worth 45. Seal and Thrill. Moving down into range. With a T10 Grizzly JJ. Going to amp the wall. Going to Gold Spark Samurai. Here come the buffs. That makes it a S11. S11. JJ, wait. Wait on that one. Got to test the waters, right? Got to throw it. See if they're going to do something about it. Samurai going to intervene it, shut it down. All right, awesome stuff, awesome stuff. Speaking of Samurai, let's give Samurai 20 seconds starting now. I'm going to push a little bit faster so I don't have to repeat all the moves. Just to make up a little bit of time. Normally I like to repeat the moves, but I'm going to roll. Colossal Kang to Kel's Boss. Could be worth 73 from Samurai. Dust to Valar. A little bit of nerf over there. H9 Snowstorm to the wall. And going to add the nuke ability. Love it. Playing that nuke already. Jim says wait. Jim with a gold blue. First blue of the game. It is gold. It will break Samurai's seal. Let's go to Julia. 20-second timer starts now. Julia beats the timer easily. Gonna play needle to a haystack. Arc with another needle out there. This time needle in 2, cap in 3. Gonna move to the DZ. She's moving up the coast when she does. She grabs that absorption. Gold spark to justice. We got a lot of nerfing going on tonight. Look at this. Everybody minimized. Oxygen wand is not valid because you have to be down health to use it. Playing a pet repel. And you're 100% of health right now. S6 Maximon loaded to the wall with amp 2. JJ got an S6 Maximon. Yeah, you have not suffocated yet, though. You don't get suffocation until round 3. You can't proactively prevent suffocation. It prevents suffocation or gives you that 10% back that you lose from suffocation. All right, it hits. Maximons minus 15. And she does have range on it because she's in the rover. 30% of a blue block. And mowing down a red block. 3 red remaining for Team Arc. Let's go over to Kel. Kel, you're now free to move about the country. 20-second timer. Timer is, she beat it, barely. Kel's going to get into the ship. Let's give Kel cannonball. Each team with a cannonball and a tire award. One got Dominari'd, but they still got credit for getting it. Move to the DZ. We'll move to their DZ. Other side of the map. Colossal Kang to her boss. Could be worth 73. All right. Now, because you did choose Sky, and Sky has moved out, you do not get a E1 Elmo attack. Sky is in the no zone. And I have to go by the order that's called, and you guys got to watch the map. So she gets in the ship. She moves to the DZ. Because she's up in the DZ, she throws the fear. Well, Sky moved out of the DZ, so Sky is down here. So the fear smoke becomes her actual attack. So there is no E1 Elmo, but she does get the howl on Valar. So Sky is feared out of the no zone into a further area of the no zone. All right, go from Kel over to Villar from the temple, 20 seconds. Easily beats the timer. No, not if there's a valid target, you can't. She's not stuck in place and she has range on that target, which is why it becomes a valid attack. Had she targeted somebody on the other side of the map, then she would have had to change targets. Colossal Kang to her boss. It's worth 73. Pet Repel. Arc Spark. SP3 Justice, steal his needle. Justice, no needle for you. S6 Goliath loaded to the wall. JJ says it hits. It is a 6, 7, 8 because of her tank. Red block, one red block remaining for Villar. Let's go over to Justice. 20 seconds, Justice. Justice, Jim, and JJ. Holy smokes. Colossal Orbital. Is that the first Colossal Orbital in the game? If it caps, it's worth 32. I like the sound of that. 32 points for an orbital is nice. Fear Smoke Villar. M7 Grizzly loaded to the wall with Mass Destruction 7. All right, let's Fear Villar out of her tank. And he is gold sparked. So reduce the damage a little bit, but we get an M7 Grizzly and that Mass Destruction. Nice job, Justice, getting MIR on the board there. Black block and a green block. Double them up. Jim now has movement and a 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Jim's going to move to their tank zone. Talon Villar to the temple. She can go back in the temple because she was feared, not waterlogged. S6 Unforgiven to Woodrow and Amp 2. Amp 2 only affects the walls, not other targets. So S6 Unforgiven to Woodrow's Seal. Remember, Woodrow has a seal. They're going to Judas that. Nice thing about Immortal Woodrow. Got to break the seal before you break the Woodrow. Big Judas play from Samurai. Jim, does the Judas hit? Does hit. Nice. Wall attack. Add that mass destruction to it. And MIR mowing down 2 more blocks. Now we got a wall game going on. Don't go nowhere. Green block and a blue block. And final move of round 2, JJ. We skip because she's at the forge. Captains, give me your round 3 subs. At the end of the round, we got Elevation for Julia. Losing her seal and her pet repel. Give a second Halo to Samurai. Halo to Julia. Got a blessing for Justice. Got a blessing for Valar. Strawman 0-0. DZ 25 MIR 0 arc. Kel gonna dim the Arc Dragonstone. Poke for Sky. And MIR sub. MPC coming in for Samurai. Put that back. Let's take that and that. MPC going to the Rover Zone. All right, order is going to be as follows. It'll go Pope, MPC, Julia, Kel, Valar, Justice, Jim, and JJ. Before Pope's turn, we're going to fizzle Samurai's boss because Skylight's boss caps. 45-point Kang is going to cap with it. And Pope, 20-second timer. Timer's up. He beat it. All right, Cyborg Slim. No lingering smokes, and all your heals are 50%. Did I get it right this time, Ark? Or not no lingering smokes, and all your heals are 50% for this round. Pope playing Boston Main Street. In 3, Cap in 5. Dropping a seal and thrill. Going unicorn to the wall. MD7. Going to minimize Justice again. Justice, they are after you tonight. Another gold spark to Justice. And it does hit. Slim, ball, seal. That's going to be equivalent of a doesn't matter because all it needs to do is take down one red block. Let's give Pope a gold bar. Going to rebuild the wall. And because it is a unicorn, unicorn grenade takes a black block off the board and also gives them a teardrop. Nice use of specialty grenades by the Pope. Kel is playing MPC, 20-second timer Kel. Beats the timer. Morb's going to turn into a priest and move to the temple steps. Mythic Kang to Kel's boss. Possible 63 by Morb. Dropping a seal. Going to throw a big Maxim on to reduce the score. Pope with the prevention. And we know that's Pope. Hey, Dow, I'm 2 for 2. Sorry. All right. Morb to priest. Move to temple steps. Mythic Kang to Kel's boss. Playing a seal, and S8 Maximon is prevented. All right. Couple things I have to do, though. I do have to cap Jim's needle from last round. At the beginning of Julia's turn, we're going to cap her needle. So that's 2 arc needles on the board. All right, let's go over to Julia, 20 seconds. Arc getting the bosses and finding a way to sneak those needles in there. Julia going to move to the rover zone. Colossal Kang to Valar's boss. Possible 73. Oxygen wand to get rid of suffocation. Take white wands off the board. Seal and Thrill, M7 Maximon. Gonna sap Justice. Man, Justice. They got you minimized, and then they got your rage cut in half on his turn. Justice gonna have to seek some revenge on y'all. JJ, M7 Maximon with a Thrill Smoke gonna make it SA. I think it's too much love, honestly. So S8 Maximon from Julia. JJ, how you feel about it? It hits. Maximon going to be another minus 15. This is a stronger wall in round number 2. After mass destruction and amplify. They do get 2 green blocks, but remember they had mass destruction and 6 charges of amp. All right, before Kel's turn, we're going to cap 209 points of Kangs for Team MIR. That's a nice Kang haul right there. We're also going to cap their boss. Up on the scoreboard, we now have 1 flag for MIR, 1 flag for Arc, and 1 wall for Arc. Remember, Kel, no lingering smokes. And your heals are half. You got 20 seconds. Timer is up. She beat it. We're going to drive the ship to their bomber zone. Kel going to play Needle. First MIR Needle on the board. Kel playing it in 3. We'll cap in 4. Pet Repel. I'm to the Watchtower. A little bit of Amplify. MIR juicing up their walls. We'll like Watchtower number 1. Give an Elmo, which would be 10 points. And a Pet Repel. "19 seconds, Valar." She beat the timer, so we will go back and cap her boss now. Looks like we got 146 points in Kangs and boss number 2. All right, now we'll get to her move. We've got Needle to a Haystack. Valar playing Needle in 3. Cap in 4. Thrill Smoke, M7 Goliath, and add Nuke. Says, give me some damage on that wall. 7, 8 after the Thrill. Nuke gonna double all her Ignite. And after Mass Destruction and Amplify, blue block, blue block. 30% of a blue block. Remember, it's a stronger wall, but Arc's still hitting it very, very hard. 70 blue remaining on that row. And they got a teardrop coming up. Let's go to Justice. Gold Sparked and Half Rage, Justice. Gonna be one of them nights. One of them crazy old nights. Beats the timer. Gonna go boss to their chest. Blue Spark. And if you guys see that, sometimes people are, you guys know this, in chat, they're sending moves back and forth. They'll approve moves. Justice will send it to Kel. Kel will send it back to Justice. So don't freak out when you see somebody's name on there. We know that factions compare moves and they get them approved. So Justice going boss to their chest. Justice playing boss. In 3 would cap in 5. Blue Spark, S6 Maximon to the wall. Going to put Howl on Valar to take her down to 18. I got a feeling there will be some new Howl gear coming out that'll make it a little bit stronger. I know you guys like that ability. So boss is good. Blue Spark, going to get rid of that gold spark function. Getting back to normal. All right. And I have to go back to the arc wall. Valar, I did not. Actually, I'm not. Because it worked itself out. I did not deduct her dust smoke, but I did not add her rage. Actually, she doesn't have the tank. Never mind. I am going to go back. I did not add the rage for the tank properly because she's not in a tank, but I did not deduct the dust smoke. So we are going to put some of that wall back. That blue block is now a full blue block arc. And we're going to put another blue block up that is 20%. All right? So now you got 1.2 because of the dust smoke. All right, Justice, S6 Maximon. Glacier, are we lowering the damage with the Glacier, or are we freezing the arc wall? Pope. All right, going to half the damage. So the Maximon does hit. It's going to be minus 15. And we're going to lower that damage in half, Justice. So you're not gold sparked, but your rage is half. So that's going to cut you to S3, and they're going to half it again, which is 1.3 Navy. So that blue block that's up there, they're still nerfing you. You get 40% of that blue block. You got 60 blue remaining. The arc nerf game is strong tonight. No doubt about that. All right, let's go over to Gemstone. From their tank zone. 20 seconds, Jim. Jim going to slide down to their DZ. Good try, but you can't bind a shelter. Woodrow builds a bomb shelter. So Vines will not get rid of the seal. Has to be hit. And because you are in their DZ, the sap goes through with Kel, but you got no range on the wall. So no Vines to Woodrow bomb shelter. And the S5 Goliath, you got to pick a valid target. Your valid targets will include Problem Child, Justice, and that's it. All right. Going to throw a grenade to Justice to break his seal. JJ, does it hit? I have to reconfirm. I know you typed hits already, but now we got a legit target. So hits or does not hit to break Justice seal with the Goliath. Yes. She might be lagging or something. JJ, when you kind of get caught up with us, refresh. Can you guys hear me okay? Kel, while she refreshes, can you let us know whether you want that grenade to hit Justice? All right, there we go. All right, so we're going to break Justice seal. So, as a repeat, here's what happened. Jim moved to their DZ. So, from their DZ, she tried to play vines. You can't play vines on a shelter. You have to hit the seal of the shelter to break it with a pet or with a something that breaks it, not a vines. She has no range on the shelter, so the grenade can't go after secondary because she's in the DZ, so we picked an alternate target. All done within the timer. All right, let's go to JJ. JJ, 20-second timer for you. She's out of the, well, we'll start her timer in a second. Go ahead and get your move ready. But JJ is going to take down 2 blocks. We'll start with that. So JJ, blue block, blue block. JJ is going to light 2 straw men. Straw man 1, straw man 2. JJ is going to light 2 watchtowers. Number 2 and number 3. Nice boost in points right there by Team MIR. All right, JJ, 20 seconds to get your move in. Remember, you are at the forge. Timer is up. Did beat the nerf timer. JJ going to reestablish in her own DZ. Needle to the haystack with a seal. Needle on 3, cap in 4. 3 needles on the board. E1 Milo to the watchtower with mass destruction 7. That's going to be watchtower number 4 for Team MIR. Wow, that forge is huge, isn't it? Just like that. Whole lot of craziness going on the map. All right, that's the end of round number 3. At the end of round number 3, I got Valar with a blessing. I got Justice also with a blessing. All right, we're going to dim a second Dragonstone by Kel. Let's give JJ a Halo. Let's give Jim a Halo. Don't know where Kel's Halo went, but we'll give her back since she was in the DZ. And Strawman, we got 10-0 MIR. And DZ looks like Jim neutralized and JJ established, so looks like it's going to be 0-0 this round. All right, let's turn it to round 4. Pope from the no zone, 20 seconds, Pope. Beats the timer, 6 seconds to spare. Colossal Kang to his boss with some Dragon Smoke. Pope with the Kang, could be worth 73. S8 Unforgiven to the wall with Amplify. He's using one of his grenade launchers. So that's going to make it a S9. So we're going to Dragon Smoke the first one that was played, which would be the DZ. So JJ, they want to remove the Dragon Smoke from here, and then a attack on the wall that cannot be stopped by player preventions. Hits or wait. JJ says wait. Immortal Blue from Kel. All right, let's get that Immortal Blue. First blue of the game for Team MIR. All right, let's relight that Dragon Stone in the DZ. Kang is good. Dragon Smoke's good. Grenade is stopped. Amplify will hang around a little bit. Let's go to Kel, who's playing MPC from the Temple Steps, 20 seconds. All right, beats the timer. Pope chooses to keep his seal, so he's going to use the max absorb with the Immortal Blue. Skull to Julia, max seal to Justice. H9 Grizzly to the wall. Jim says wait. All right, Mortal Blue coming back. Okay, Scold from MPC. Julia does have that absorption. So Scold is going to hit the absorption. It does not deal any damage because it's all absorbed. So MPC does get an absorption, but does not light the watchtower because it doesn't hit. Has to deal damage. H9 Grizzly is going to be Immortal Blue, second blue played by Ark. That Immortal will hit MPC, break MPC seal, or break MPC's absorption, and it has enough extra damage, it'll also break the seal. So MPC going to lose the absorption and the seal both because of the 40. So Scold does not hit, max seal to Justice, and the Grizzly going to break 2. All right, let's go from MPC over to Julia from the Rover Zone. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Julia going to play Dragon Smoke. I don't know any player named Karen. Move to the Bomber Zone. F5 Grizzly loaded to the wall. Double smoke originally played, so there'll be a warning for a double smoke. But we play the first one, which is the Dragon Smoke. F5 Grizzly loaded. Time to type G's kills. Give me a break. You could have just put Jim in there, which is what I was looking for. Ward to Jim. I'll do it for you. Dragon Smoke. Ward. Movement to the Bomber Zone. All good. No Arc Ice. It's a double smoke. F5 Grizzly does hit, and she does get the extra nuke ability, which is going to double her ignite. So, and that is 1.2. It's going to be a good hit because it goes like this. Blue block. Blue block. All it's got to do with the teardrop is touch it. And that's, the first blue block was only 0.2. Red block. And 20% of a red block. I got 80 red remaining, Team Arc. And let's remove the Dragon Smoke and light it back up. A lot of amplify and a lot of mass destruction on those wall attacks. At the start of Kel's turn, we're going to cap her needle. First needle for Team MIR. Kel from the Bomber Zone. $20 seconds. Beats the timer. Kel going to ditch the boat. move to their tank zone. Going to play Cyrus. Curtis, all right, Cyrus happens first. So you got to know kind of your progression here. So Cyrus is going to take a red block, take another red block, and it'll break a red block as the third. So instead of removing a third block, it breaks any seal that's there. So that leaves them 2 full red blocks remaining. Now we've got Curtis to the wall, Seal and Thrill Milo to the watchtower, and Kel's going to mute some of that amplify. Like that's enough amplify over there. Gemstone, you got Curtis and you got a Milo. All right, Curtis going to deal a little bit of damage to the red block. Going to take it down to 85 red. Milo going to light watchtower number 5. It's 15-point attack. And let's give her a seal. $18 seconds, Villar. Beats the timer with 1 second to spare. Going to use the Talon on Pope Alexander. Arc Ice, S8 Maximon, and she's going to shatter that wall. Let's shatter the wall to make it look like 60 red. JJ, I got an S8 Maximon with Mass Destruction and Amplify. Captains, with the timer, if you guys could do me a favor, read it in advance and try to respond before I read through the entire move. It'll save us just a little bit of time. MPC going to prevent it. The Talon is good. The grenade is no good. Choosing to shut it down right then, right there. Well, Justice, they didn't mess with you this time. So 20-second timer, Justice. Easily beats the timer. Thank you for that. He's going to go Colossal Kang to his boss. Vines to Villar. Colossal Kang could be worth 73. S8 Grizzly loaded with a little bit of Amplify. MIR getting their own Amplify. Starting to make a run at it. Jim hits her weight. Julia going to intervene the Grizzly. So Vine's going to break Villar's seal. Take her down to 90%. Well, are we intervening the Vines or the grenade? Vines or the grenade, just to clarify. All right, it is definitely the grenade. That's why they didn't nerf you this time, Justice, because they were going to prevent you. All right, final move of Team Ark's first half, 20-second timer. Gemstone. MIR gained a little ground on the scorecard this round. Beats the timer, 7 seconds to spare. Thank you for that. She's going to move up to their rover zone. Dark Boss to their chest. That's why they played the Ward. Ward was lurking over there. Get that Dark Boss by Jim in round 4. Would cap at the end of the game if we get to the end of the game. It's going to be key. Or on her turn right before the end of the game. Dark Boss could be worth an extra 25. S8 Grizzly to Woodrow with Bloodlust. All right. And just as a reminder in the future, that's just the seal. Anything breaks it. So the seal is broken. Woodrow bomb shelter is still there. Movement's good. Dark Boss is good. A big, big Grizzly attack with a lot of juice and a lot of bloodlust breaks the seal. And final move of the first half, JJ. 20-second timer. Gonna mud splash Villar. Villar gonna be knocked out of the temple. Lingering smoke will go away at the end of this turn. Let's give JJ a wave award. And at the end of the round, we're going to rotate Problem Child into the temple. Captains, give me a round 5 subs. We made up a little time there. We're in good shape. Let's give a blessing to Team MIR. Nothing for Arc that round. Strawman. 10 for MIR, 0 for Arc. I got a second Halo for JJ. I got a Halo for the Pope. We did Cap. A needle for JJ. Art, can we confirm you have 3 needles? Julia, can you confirm that? I should have Julia, Jim, and Villar. Over on the other side, we should have 2 needles. All right, let me get the scoreboard updated real quick. Yep, 2-3. All right, so I got both teams unlocking the sentry gun. B-Dub coming in for MPC. Good to see B-Dub in there. Look at that avatar. Looking good. MPC heading out. We got the Cardinal. Cardinal coming in. Cardinal's become a fishing professional lately. We got him on Thursday night. We had him in the Saturday. Cardinals having a lot of fun with the fishing teams. So looking forward to seeing him a little bit more. Over on the other side, we got the Busy Bee in the house. Pope hitting the sidelines. Dow coming in the DZ. Put Kel back from whence she came. Move Villar on down. Julia losing her rover. She did get the bomber zone, though, but lost the rover. And the DZ was 25-25 in round 4. Looks like we got everybody's buffs in there. The order will be as follows. Dow, B-Dub, Julia, Kel, Villar, Justice, Jim, JJ, Busy, and the Cardinal. All right, before Dow's move, I've got a 73-point Kang for Team Arc. And I got boss number 4 for Team Arc. We're looking at 4 flags currently. 3 flags currently. To 2. To 1. Sorry. 3-1. We're getting ready to cap some more this round. All right, let's go over to Dow. 20-second timer, Dow. He does. Let's put Justice back over here. Thank you for that. Dow beats the timer. Let's go move to the temple. Why don't I bring Villar over here with me? That's called a Temple Talon combo. S8 Unicorn to the wall from Patton. Mass Destruction. Give Villar a max seal. See what JJ thinks about that Unicorn. JJ says wait. Justice preventing it. I think Justice is tired of y'all picking on him. He's going to start preventing some stuff himself. All right, let's go over to B-Dub. B-Dub, 20-second timer starts now. Timer is up. Beats the timer. B-Dub going to break out the Cape of Craven. Turn to a tank. Going to move to the Temple Steps. Going to play Needle. B-Dub, Needle. In 5, cap in 6. Dropping a seal. Grizzly to the wall, adding a little bit more mass destruction. Mass destruction looking like 42. Jim says, wait. A lot of mass destruction, a lot of amplify. All right, they're going to go Larvae's Lance, cut it in half, and then a Mythic Sonar. That's a 75% nerf coming at you. %70 nerf coming at you, not 75. But they have mass destruction, 42. It's only be about a 30% nerf. We add the mass destruction, then we remove the excess damage. But we will lower the rage on it. All right, going to make it look like A. S8. %30. Still a S8 red eye. And that wall is at 1.6. B-Dub's taking the wall down. I get they were trying to nerf it, but they lowered the damage, kept the rage, and they had mass destruction. Still taking down 2 blocks. Let's rebuild it and give B-Dub a gold bar. Walls are now 1-1. And Justice getting that colossal orbital points. Do not leave your seats, anybody. We got a game. No MIR is going to bring their best when it's arc. All right, let's go from B-Dub over to Julia. Wake up call. 20 seconds, Julia. Julia moving to the ozone. She takes the short path, which is good. No movement penalty. Julia playing Stonehenge. All right, Stonehenge is going to add a absorption to the top block and absorption to the bottom block. Slow down the damage on that wall. Super Thrill Unicorn loaded to the wall with Plague to Kel. Now, Kel, you are plagued. No smokes or potions on your turn. And that is the first plague for Team Arc. You can only play 3 per team per game. Does hit. It's 2.8. That is 8, 9, 10, 11. With Mass Destruction and Amplify. S11. Biggest hit of the game after Mass Destruction is equivalent to an S11. S11 Grizzly. Red block. Red block. So 80% red block and a red block. Julia getting it done as well. Arc shifting their focus. Eyes on the prize right there. Scoring. Gold bar for Julia. Matching B-Dub. Julia dropping a Chromica as well. Let's go over to Kel. 20 seconds, Kel. Beat the timer. Kel going to move to their rover. Skull to Julia, Inferno to Strawman. It hits. Let's light Strawman number 3. Skull to Julia, going to take her down to 90%. Going to give Kel second absorption. And light up Watchtower number 6 from the Scold. $18 seconds, Valar. Beats the timer. Thraxus. Give Valar +3 in Dragonstorm. Going to play Kruger. Send a Max Seal over to Dow. Gold Spark to Justice again. My goodness. I have no record. You lost it somewhere along the way. Probably with elevation. It's been a minute, though. All right, Thraxus, Kruger, Max Seal to Dow, Gold Spark, F4 Unforgiven to the wall, Plague, Justice. JJ, hits or wait? Justice, you cannot play any smokes or any potions either. That's the second Plague for Team Arc. They have one Plague remaining they can play. All right, Kruger. Let's get rid of one of these fire flames. Down to 5 watchtowers. Thraxus, Kruger, Seal, Gold Spark, F4 Unforgiven to the wall. Should have a black block up there because it is a new wall. Unforgiven with Mass Destruction, with Amplify. The third wall is the strongest wall of them all. Black block and 15% of a green block. 85 green remaining. Before Justice turn, we're to cap 73-point Kang. Boss number 2. Bosses are 3-2. Actually, that's a good challenge. If you challenge everything, you're eventually going to get one right. So we got Gold. The Unicorn took down the black block. And we're going to have a teardrop. And now we'll push that damage over. To take down a green block. And 85 of a green. So we still have 85 of a green, but we get one additional block that was taken down with the Unicorn on the previous attack. That's why the black block was left off, but I didn't put the teardrop on it. All right. Good stuff. Good challenge. And let's go over to Justice, who's gold sparked again after his boss caps. 20 seconds, Justice. Beats the timer, Justice, like Valar. Getting that +3 rage. Going to move over to the Temple Steps. Talon B-Dub over there, DZ. Snowstorm from Pershing. And going to Plague Jim. First Plague of the game for MIR. They have 2 remaining. Jim cannot use any smokes or any potions this round. Jim says wait. Big shout out to both teams. First time we've ever had, I think, a power outage live. And you guys are making up good time. So good gameplay. Like Craven said, of course this is an epic classic. Jim, what do you have for the snowstorm? Mythic Sonar from Busy. All right. Put a 20% nerf there. Plus we have the absorption. So we're looking at the equivalent about a 45 point damage nerf. So he didn't play any juice on it because he couldn't because of the plague. But he did play it from the Pershing, which is going to make it an S1 snowstorm. So it's going to nerf all the mass destruction. So stronger wall, you got an S1 snowstorm. It is going to break the absorption. There's about 3% carryover. You've got some amplify. But you're just going to get 60% of a black block, Justice. He's gold sparked, Mythic Sonar, and no potions. That's a rough combination. 40% black block remaining. Let's go to Gemstone. 20 seconds. Gem is plagued and she has a pet out. Justice, what they're doing to you this game should be legal. Because I haven't seen anybody targeted this much since Julia about 2 seasons ago. Gem, Mythic Kang to her boss. Hoping it's going to cap. She's gambling with it. We'll see. M7, Arc Spark, Grizzly to Woodrow, and Plague to Chad. All right, so Jim has to move into range. She moves to their no zone. Final plague on Chad. Chad cannot use any smokes, any potions in his turn. I love it. He's like, y'all scared of me. Could be true. I mean, you get that much action. JJ does a hit. It does hit. Woodrow is gone, finally. That Woodrow took some action. At long last, many attacks. Kang is good, and a big Grizzly attack takes down Woodrow. I'm a little scared for this next move, though. 20-second timer, JJ. Yeah, he is. He's just minimized. Because he was gold sparked before. All right, JJ. Is going to splash Villar, which means she's going to have to portal to the tractor, release the tractor, and Villar is going out of the temple. JJ with a second wave award. All right, let's go over to Busy B. Busy, 20-second timer. Timer's up. Did not beat the nerf timer. Someone better track down Busy B if she's lagging. $25-point penalty. All right, that is the fourth nerf, so she will get a 50% nerf, and I'll give you 60 seconds to get her move in, or we have to skip her. She's got the max nerf at this point. And she needs to send me the move. So she's got 30 seconds to send me the move. Because we can't hold up the game all night. All right, we got a skipper. You guys can decide who you're going to put in. But we've waited the whole 2 minutes, and I didn't get any response. So, skip Busy, we go to Chad. Chad, 20-second timer, starting now. You guys can let me know who you're putting in for Busy. All right, beats the timer. Gonna get into turret. Aces Roxy to the straw man. Seal and Thrill. Pope, Chad cannot play any smokes. So no Seal and Thrill and no S8 Grizzly because he has Plague. So Jim, you got a Grizzly loaded to the wall. But it's going to be a S2 Grizzly because the turret. Roxy's good. No Seal, no Thrill. S2 Grizzly and Plague Julia. Second Plague for Team MIR. And it hits. So Julia can play. Julia's next turn will be in the final round. So Plague will not take effect. There can be no Plague in round 6. So Julia, you will be immune to Plague. All right, let's light straw man number 4. And it is a stronger wall. You guys saw this wall before. After mass destruction. I'm going to give you a black block. Good damage on it, but not enough juice. It's only S2. All right, he does beat the timer. We're moving into final round. We got 22 minutes because we got the 10-minute extension. We are moving Busy out at the end of the round. We're putting Pope into the ozone. Pope can use DIs. He can use whatever he has. He can also be attacked as a normal player. At the end of the round, he's in as if he were in the game. We're going to do Dragon Storm, everybody. This is the final round coming up. Let's roll them. Before we get to that, we got to do a couple other things here. Now, JJ had a big move to release the tractor. Problem is, she had already released her own tractor, so she had to go to the other DZ. That prevents the avalanche. And also, MIR doesn't get to 75 points. It's a good tractor move, but Bonnie and JJ are both in the same DZ. So it is 25-0, MIR. No avalanche, but JJ getting another halo, B-Dub getting a halo. At the end of the round, we're going to rotate Justice in. Dow with a blessing. Justice with the blessing. Justice with the gold orb, everybody. 100-point gold orb for Justice. Nicely done. I got Julia with a Siege Award and a Bronze Star. Congratulations, Julia. Sieging the zone. All right, let's get a Dragon Storm roll, everybody. Up. One more thing. 4 Strawman, 25 MIR, 0 Arc. And let me back that up. Julia got an Occupy. Kel got a Siege. Kel with a 100-point Siege. Julia with a 150-point Occupy. Kel with a bronze star. All right. Kel with a bronze star. Julia with a bronze star. Kel 100-point siege. Justice 100-point orb. Julia 150-point occupy. All right. Now we're getting the Dragon Storm roll, everybody. This could be important. Let's roll a 4-sider. It is E2. E2 rage for everybody. All right, Dal, let's go to you. 20-second timer. Starts now. Beats the timer. Going to send Torment Smoke over to Kel. E9 Unforgiven to the wall. Going to amp it up. All right, so we got there is no super blue spark. So the only thing that could have been was a super thrill, and he used the torment. So it's a 5-point penalty for Arc for a double smoke. Torment's good. 9. 10 for the blue spark. Playing the gold rage pet. 13, 14, 15. S15, JJ. And he double smoked. And walls are backwards on the scorecard, so let me get that right. It should be 2 walls for Arc, 1 for MIR. There we go. Immortal Blue from JJ. Second blue of the game. Going to play Max Absorb. Absorb it all. Is going to keep his seal. All right, before B-Dub's turn, let's cap that needle. I got needles now, 3-3. Hold on. Things are getting awfully interesting between Arc and MIR. B-Dub, 20-second timer starts now. Timer is up. Nerf timer is up. This is for a 25-point penalty. Does beat the second penalty. B-Dub going with Ancient. Going to send Stasis over to Julia. H9 Unforgiven to the wall. And going to mute that wall. All right, let's move her over to get her attack on the wall. Dow playing Immortal Blue, final blue of the game. That will hit B-Dub, and we'll break her seal. There's a lot of juice on that. They played the blue, break the seal. Let's go over to Julia. 20-second timer from the ozone. All right, Julia going Blue Spark, Rage Tonic, Red Gideon, Maximon loaded. All right. And remember, Julia, you were plagued, but you were immune to plague. You could have played potions, smokes, anything you wanted. Because you can't be plagued in round 6. I even said it. All right. Chad with the prevention. Nicely done. Plague is pretty straightforward. You pick a player, you play Plague. On their next turn, they can't play any smokes or any potions. But they're immune to Plague in round 6. And you can only use 3 per team for the game. It's such a strong ability, you can't spam it like Gold Sparks. All right. But my question is, you played pet score. Was there a pet the cap that I missed that you could play pet score on? So I don't think you can play pet score this round either. Unless I missed something. Oh, Gideon, my bad. I didn't even see the Gideon, thank you. All right, it is Red Gideon. So that's a minus 37 for Team MIR. Yep, I see it now. That's why I ask. All right, let's go over to Kel, 20 seconds. Ten minutes to go. Beats the timer. Move to Temple Steps. Gonna play Woodrow. Jim's favorite pet. To block the bomber zone again. Sneaky, sneaky. Super Thrill, Rage, Unforgiven, loaded to the wall with Nuke. Probably gonna hit. Three, four, five, six. Jim hits her weight. S6 with Nuke. It is an Unforgiven. So there's no player preventions. All right, so it is going to hit. All right, calculate the damage on it. Remember, wall number 2, Dow is going to play Insania, which he can do. Make it S3 Unforgiven. After mass destruction, S3 Grizzly. Get the right wall. Finish off the green block, and 50% of a green block. 50 green remaining. $18 seconds, Valar. Easily beats the timer. Valar going to the temple steps. Colossal Gideon with pet score and a bounty bear. Colossal Gideon is huge. Minus 68. Blackout Wand. No DZ this round. H9 Unforgiven. JJ says wait. We know it'll be a 9, 10, 11, 12. She's going to torment JJ. Wherever she is. Where the heck did you go, JJ? JJ's there. Okay, gotcha. Immortal Blue from B-Dub. Final blue, both teams. Break Valar's seal with the Immortal Blue. Justice, you're up. 20 seconds. Beats the timer. Skull to Pope, Super Thrill H9 Unforgiven. Gonna sap Jim. Half rage for the sap. And he has 3 extra rage. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. S15 Gemstone. It hits. Big hit for my man Justice. Nicely done at the right time. Because he has Thraxus. Green block, blue block, and 50% of a blue block for Justice. Getting them down in the point zone. B-Dub adding Intalio to it. Let's take another blue. And 20% of a red. 80 red remaining. Heck yeah. All right, at the start of Gemstone's turn. Woo, I think Ark needed that. Mythic K and Caps. And a big, big flag for Team Arc. Flag number 4. And a 63-point Mythic King. Gemstone. 20-second timer and you got half rage. Now y'all can see why Unforgiven are not in every bundle. And very, very rare in bomber bundles. Beats the timer. Torch Wand. Jim playing Torch Wand. No strawman points this round. Ouch. And the red wands are still available. Mythic Gideon. Make it a minus 58 after the Bounty Bear. H9 Blue Spark with Unforgiven. Couple Immortal Sonars. We're going to nerf this bad boy 50%. And she's got half rage already. So we got 9, 10. Vilart making 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 14 total. Let's cut the rage in half. Because of sap, we'll make it an S7. Let's lower it 50% again. We'll make it a S3.5. And add their mass destruction in, which will balance. So we're looking at a S3.5 Unforgiven equivalent. Finish off the green block. 35% of a blue block. 65 blue remaining. JJ, you're up. 20 seconds, JJ. Timer is up. Nerf timer hits. This is for a 25-point penalty. Where you at, JJ? All right. She beats the second penalty. She's going to move. Scold to Pope. Super Thrill. Blue Spark. S9. Unforgiven from Patton. So that'll be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But she is tormented. No! Torment, JJ. No S9. Jim. Lock it in. That means it's going to be a 3, 4, 5, 6. S6 Unforgiven. S7 with a scold. It hits. All right, Scold to Pope. That's going to hit. We're going to light Watchtower number 6. S6 Unforgiven with mass destruction. S6 Grizzly. Red block and a red block. And that, everybody, is where we leave it. The game ends with 2 players remaining to get turns. Awesome job. I don't know how the score is going to work out, but let me tell you. Arc came into the game dominating, and this is the best game, in my opinion, anyone has played against Ark. I don't know if Ark's going to pull it out. I don't know if MIR's going to win, but this was the best complete game that anybody's played. Ark has been smooth all season long. Good movement, good scores, good attacks. MIR, great job tonight. Even though MIR had to redo their whole lineup because they thought they were the home team, and that messed them up. Riley was not challenging Main Street, in my opinion. I think they had Riley going after Main Street, and the move didn't get deducted. So there was some waste in there. But once they got their lineup going, it seemed like MIR played their best game of the season. So again, I don't know how it's going to work out, but let's remember there are no halos, nothing in the final round. We are going to count down the blessings. I got 5 blessings for Team MIR. So we'll take down that second wall. We're going to rebuild it. And then we're going to take down two blocks to give them a second wall. So MIR, 3 needles. Two walls, 2 flags. Over on the other side, Ark with 4. Not going to get quite the same advantage that MIR got. But they do take a blue block, blue block, blue block. Teardrop doesn't make any difference when we're counting the final walls, but they do get a red block because they have 4. So they ended up being on the same wall. Slight advantage to Ark. We get to PCP DZ points. I've got JJ with 3. And I've got Samurai with 2. No one else on Team Ark gained it. So that is 150 points for the DZ, 0 for Ark. That's huge. Extra 150 points right there. They found a way to get all those extra points. All right, I'm going to calculate the totals. Everybody hold your breath because there were good things on both sides. Did MIR get their first win? Did Ark get their first loss? We're about to find out. I'll be back. All right, everybody, we are back, and like I said, we had a good one, a tale of two types of things. Both teams, some good stuff and some opportunity. So I'm gonna start out. I'll go down the list here so you guys can see how it scored out. We start out with flags. Flags, arc, um, pretty big to get that last flag. It was huge. We didn't quite finish the game, but we got one player before that. So arc, because of that flag, 750 to 450. That's a 300-point lead right there for Team Arc. You get to walls. Walls, Arc had a big wall lead, but MIR made up that ground. MIR was looking good with the walls, even though they had those two frozen blocks early on. Walls was 750 Arc, 615 MIR. So they narrowed the gap there. But at that point, we're looking at about a 400-point lead for Arc. But then we get to Strawman. Big move using the Torch Wand. So MIR able to get no points at the end. No PCP DZ points. No DZ with the two wands that were played. But Strawman, 45 points to 0. MIR ramped it up, but it was at the very end. Kangs, pretty close here. Arc, more bosses, more Kangs. But MIR did a good job of holding close with it. 327 to 282. So Arc's still holding about that 400-point lead, right? Needles. Looked like Arc was going to run away with Needles. MIR got back into it, 300 to 300. When is MIR going to start making up the points? Well, Watchtowers. 150 points to 0. That cuts into the lead right there. DZ, 100 points to 50. Siege and Occupy, 100 points, but Arc had 150. Timer's pretty close as well. Arc was perfect until they got the minus 25 from Busy, but MIR only had 3 themselves. Timer's almost even. Minus 30 to minus 25. So, before we get to PCP points, Arc holding a slight lead, 2302 to 2012. You're like, okay, well, that's 280 points. How's MIR going to make it back? Well, they got 100 points from a golden orb. They got 50 from a gold bar, a cannonball, 2 wave awards, a bronze award, and all 150 in the PCP DZ. That's 400 points right there. Go over to Arc. Yeah, they had 2 gold bars. They had a cannonball. They had a tire. They had a bronze award, but they didn't get any PCP. So MIR winning the PCP round, 400 to 175, that's 225 point advantage. So at this point, we got a game within 100 points. But we got to do the extras. The extras. Arc had Maximons, so they were throwing the point deductors, and they played their Gideons. Big move by Valar with the Wicked Boss. So you got a minus 50. Mythic Gideon with Bounty Bear, 58-68. You had 3 Maximons hit. And then they did get the Colossal Orbital, a Milo, and an Elmo. But overall, MIR deducted 223, added 57. That's a minus 166. So, if Arc was more in the minus, MIR gets the win. But Arc had a Dark Boss, a Chromica, and they only had 20 points in deductions. So, no Gideons. They had a Maximon and a minus 5 penalty. Arc ended up positive 25 on the extras. Overall, close game, but Arc 2502, MIR 2246. One boss at the end with the Kangs was the difference in tonight's game. Excellent job by both teams. MIR for being on the road and thinking you're at home and still playing that type of game. Excellent matchup. Toe-to-toe. I think MIR might be back. They really look good, and this match could have went either way. So, congratulations. Good strategy. I think Sly might have been watching. I think Box might have been watching. I think teams might be playing some new strategies against Ark, so we'll see if Ark can go to the drawing board. Ark, excellent job fighting through it. It's hard when you have a lineup and a player has connection issues. So certainly skipping that round didn't help. But both teams had some handicaps tonight, and both teams played through it. So great job. I enjoyed it. We got a week off to think about it. Enjoy the new gear from Monday night. Learn how to play it. And we'll see everybody Thursday night for Fish Fights. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.